And then for the first game, I forgot to pick my legend, so I'm stuck as what's her face.
Cool. Have we gone over my thing on Paint yet? Have I done that for you yet? Have I showed you that?
The the team fighting kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yep, yeah, we did that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So try to think of that like when we're going over this VOD review. I'll try to like use some of those terms to help you understand what we could be doing better.
Okay.
So remember, like when
Yeah,
it
I
comes
think
to
I
yeah,
yeah, I think I wasn't doing the best job at paying attention to the positioning and stuff.
yeah, for sure. I know it's a lot to remember, but at least now you have like a an understanding of what it is you should be doing. I'm fast forwarding until I see damage. All right, like we could go over the dropship really quickly, just so I could give you a couple quick tips. So right now, please, even if you're not, I know you're not jump master, but please make sure you're looking behind you because you need to get an understanding of where people are going, even if you're not jump master, because it's very important. Because it's like I know right now, I'm guessing you're probably like on your phone or you're paying attention to something that you that something else that's important to you, but like it's really important that even if you're not jump master, you're looking behind you so that you get an understanding of where teams are and where you're going to get thirded from and where you should be rotating to. Even if you're not IGL, like you need to know where you're going to be getting third partied from if a fight is a good fight. And like if the IGL asks you, so like usually I'm IGL, let's say we go map room, which is right here. I'm going to ask like oftentimes maybe I didn't take in all the information that I need to be. So I'll ask like, hey, how many teams went caustic treatment? How many teams went here? How many teams went here? Whatever this is called, I don't even know. It's called like something repulsor or something. But yeah, I'm gonna ask like where teams went, and that's gonna help me make my decisions. If I wasn't paying attention, but usually I'm able to gather like as much information as I need. So for example, like how many? If we're going here, we need to know how many teams went map room, how many teams went here, and how many teams went here. Like we need to know that at least, at the very least, we need to know that. But we need to know what
Okay.
side of the map is more populated so that we understand how to pace ourselves, what fights to take, where are we going to get thirded. It's not that like good teams will take fights where we know we're going to get thirded, but we need to finish that fight quickly. Like, I mean, just one last point. Let's say we land map room and we fight caustic treatment. We know like if no one landed top 82, we know that we're probably not going to get thirded caustic treatment. So I'm going to take my time in that fight. Whereas if we land map room and we fight repulsor, I think this is called repulsor. If we fight repulsor, then we know we're probably going to get thirded. And so if we have decided to fight that fight, I'm not going to take my time. I'm probably going to do something that's a little bit stupid because I would rather die by being too aggressive than die by being under aggressive and dying to a third party. So that's what I mean. That's why it's so important is we need to be paying attention so we know how to pace ourselves, what fights to take. And if we are going to get thirded, it's important to know, at least know that we're going to get thirded.
Okay.
Very important to know. All right, so this fight. Let's talk about this fight. This is a fight I would take. It's not a bad fight. It's very good because they're going to be in a rush. Their back is to Storm. Your back is not to Storm. But the one thing that you have to understand here is you have to finish this fight. Also, like I see that you're these are randoms, right? You don't know these people.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. So like I understand that like it's a lot harder for me to coach a team that is not communicating, obviously, because you can't really make like team plays, right? Your teammates aren't going to listen to you. So it is a little bit harder, but still, like a lot of this stuff can still apply. So anyway, um, what's the point? Their back is to Storm. So this means two things. This means that you want to push the pace on this fight for two reasons. You want to push this fight pace before, like, you want to try to kill this team before you end up in Storm too, because once you end up in Storm, you've lost your advantage. The other reason you want to push your pace is because the chances that they get thirded from behind are like zero. They're not zero, but they're probably like 1% chance that another team comes from behind them. It's basically 0%. Now, the chances that another team comes from behind you guys are probably like 50% because um, you're back. Like there's more teams over here than there is over here. Like there's pretty much no chance there's a team behind them. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I didn't want to take this fight because yeah, I didn't want to get gatekeeper or whatever. So I wasn't sure who was behind us.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not sure who's behind you, but don't think about that. Like your teammates are already committed, so honestly, just don't think about that at all. That's something I learned
Okay.
in season 10 when I was going for Pred, um, with uh, with one of my teammates. He was maybe a little bit better than me, and I used to so like if we were taking a fight, I used to call that we were getting third partied. I used to make it very clear we're getting thirded. Hey, I was very good at the time. The season before, I was number 13 on Xbox, number 13 Pred. But this guy, he's like a 90K Pathfinder, so he's like a little bit better than me. And so he would get mad at me for doing that because it would take our attention off the current fight. So since your teammates are committed, so that's basically what he told me is like since we're already committed to this fight, basically I need to shut up about the third party. It's completely pointless because we're already committed to this. And so he got mad at me for that. And I actually agree. I agree with him. In the moment, to be honest with you, I did not agree with him in the moment because I thought that it's good for me to communicate that. But we're fighting this. We got a hard commit to this and then worry about the third party after because we're already fighting this. There's nothing your teammates can do to back out of this. So forget about the third party, execute this fight. And that's why playing a character like I know you're not playing like I know you didn't want to play Horizon or sorry Lifeline, but that's why a character like Horizon, I'm so much more confident on Horizon because I can finish fights so much faster. Horizon, Bloodhound, Seer, one of those legends allows you to finish fights so much faster than any other legend, and that's why I love those legends. Of course, I know you don't want to be playing Lifeline. I know that because you said that you picked her by mistake. All right. So like when we take these shots on this guy, what if we just go forward just a little more? And did I show you the technique where you hit triangle and then slide jump to unholster your
Uh,
weapon?
yeah, I need to be better about practicing.
Yes. Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like it's so easy to execute when you're not fighting, but that will change everything for you because now what the issue is like I don't mean to like I understand why you're running with your gun out, but now you can holster your gun, slide jump into this guy, and now you've got an angle. Like the thing is your angle's not bad, obviously, because you're able to hit him and he's not able to hit you. But if you were me, so what I do is I start my reload, holster, and then finish my reload after. There's a little bit of a technique to it, and then now I land right here. So and then I land 5 feet further ahead because the issue is that your angle is good, but see how you're only able to like sort of hit the shots that he gives you. And now so that would be better in hindsight. I know it's hindsight, but like it's better because now that guy's dead if you had been shooting him from here and then you don't need to chase him down here. Chasing him down here is a little bit sketchy because there's a very good chance that you'll get shot in your back. That's not going to happen because your teammates are applying a lot of pressure, so that's not actually going to happen. I'm just saying. It's very, very valuable to get good with that technique. Also, please never shoot those shots when you're falling down. I understand why you shot those shots. It's because he was one shot. That's why you went for those shots. So like I totally understand why, but it's a little bit sketchy because you're about to get shot in your back. So you sort of burnt your clip. So rather than shoot him from above the cliff. There's no need to drop here. So pay attention to how you can get the exact same angles without dropping. So watch. So if you just stand on the edge right here, you can still shoot him. There's no need to drop. So don't give.
Okay.
So on Lifeline, who do you normally play?
Valk.
Yeah, so Valk's a little different because you can regain this high ground instantly. But we saw in the Seer scan, we saw that his teammate's right here. And so I would still go for this kill, but I would go for it from up here because your bullets are going to be way more accurate from up here. So please never give up height. So that's obviously a Valkyrie habit. But still, even on Valk, it's a little bit sketchy because you can't fly up without getting shot in your back by this guy. So still, even on Valk, I don't want to give up this high ground for no reason. So you sort of give it up for no reason. Do you understand why it's no reason?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
because you're in the mindset of chasing, right? And obviously it worked out. Like okay, wait. To be clear, I know for a fact you're still gonna win this fight because you're winning the fight. Like your teammates are doing a really good job and you're doing a really good job, so you're still gonna win the fight. I'm just trying to critique you on what would be slightly better.
I think I jumped because I'm not super familiar with this.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah. Like maybe you fell off by mistake or something. So It is what it is. So please don't. So remember, so like this is why, once again, this is why we want to try to be more aware of where teams might be or where teams are for a fact. And so you jumped. So this sketched me out. When you were 50 HP, you jumped towards where the third party would come from. Like I said, like we're probably not going to get thirded from this direction, which is southeast. We're probably not going to get thirded from that direction. There's about a 1% chance we'll get thirded from there. The chances that we get thirded from northeast, from over here, are probably 50%. They're way, way higher than the chances that we get thirded from that direction. And pay attention to where you go when you heal. I'm going to fast forward so you don't waste too much time. So pay attention to what direction you go when you heal. It just made me cringe a little because, you'll see. See, you run towards where the third party would be. Please never do that.
Yeah. I think with the change to ring, I get super scared about
Yeah,
first ring for some reason.
yeah. But it's round one. Like, chill out, right? Um,
Yeah.
r- round one right now, just so you know, round one is the same as round two used to be. And I think round two is still the exact same as round one. I think round two,
Oh, okay.
yeah, round two, it might be slightly worse than it was, but I haven't noticed it. I also haven't spent a ton of time in round two, so I'm not certain. But I think actually now round one and round two are the exact same. Could be wrong about that.
Okay.
But round one is certainly a lot worse, and it comes in a lot faster. But yeah, just chill out. Like, especially as Lifeline, just chill out. It's round one. Also, you've got 2 heat shields. Yeah, so what I'm doing here, ideally, is yes, this guy has a blue armor that we kill. What I'm doing, though, is I'm grabbing his blue armor, and I'm instantly healing my white health. Or I'm just getting in the corner and healing my shield. Because we need to be fully focused on countering this third party. Not that there is a third party, but we need to play like there will be a third party. How does this teammate die? How does he die?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, so he should never ever die when we have heat shields. But he doesn't fully die, so it's okay. I thought he fully died. That's good. All right. 8 syringes. Please never hold 8 syringes on Lifeline. I understand why you are because you're coming out of zone, but I never hold 8 syringes, and I never play Lifeline. But especially since you're playing Lifeline, there's definitely no need for 8 syringes.
Yeah, I think that was a mistake.
Yeah, for sure. But like, I understand. Like, if you don't have med kits, I understand holding 8 syringes. If you don't have med kits, I understand it. I may do the same. Like, especially when I'm coming out of Storm, I would do the same. But since we're Lifeline, there's just no need. Same thing with Octane. The reason I'm used to that is because I used to play Octane before he got nerfed. So I used to basically only hold syringes or only hold medkits on Octane because he heals himself. Uh, do we have context of the situation? Do you want, I'm just rewinding just so we can maybe get a little more context. Um, so
I think
yeah, so
I don't remember what happened here.
yeah, this is a situation that's honestly pretty confusing for me. I don't really know where anyone is. I'm just trying to get context. So yeah, so it looks like
Yeah, I
there's,
think yeah.
is this 2 teams? Do you know if this is 2 teams?
I think it's two teams. Yeah, I think there's like two or three teams.
Yes. Yeah, so we see there's a team here and there's a team here. So as a Lifeline, I don't think we should be going in here in the first place because this is pinching ourselves. So here's my rule for when there's multiple teams. The rule, number 1 rule is don't get pinched. Number 2 rule is if you're engaging, don't take any white health damage. Don't take any damage at all ever to your white health. It's arguably not the end of the world to get your shield cracked, but never ever ever in a multiple team situation take white health damage. It's also not that big of a deal because you're Lifeline, but position yourself in a way that you're not taking white health damage because I'm sure you know why.
Yeah. I think this is where we lose, and yeah, my team was pushing really hard,
Yeah, so you're trying to
and yeah, I tried to back them up, and then we died. I'm pretty sure that happened.
exactly, yeah. Yeah, so you're trying to back them up. That's definitely the right mindset. But just a quick mindset shift is as a Lifeline or even as a Valkyrie, Valkyrie is also an excellent anchor character. So for taking anchor angles. So obviously you're is this the Seer or is this the Horizon? I'd prefer if this was major. Yeah, that's a Seer. Um and so I definitely prefer if your Seer was not in that far. Obviously it's not your choice. You don't have any control over that. But what we want to be thinking of is angles that we can support him from without overcommitting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think I was trying to do that, but I had no idea where he went. So I was trying. Yeah, I was trying to. I think that's me trying to look for an angle and also like figure out where the other team is, and then yeah, things got really bad.
exactly. So here's an idea. Since he's clearly very confident, it's safe to assume that he's a decent player because he's so confident. And so here's an idea. What if rather than trying to help him, so it looks like I would say it's safe to assume that he's in a 1v1 kind of or something. He's doing something down here. But what if rather than committing down here with him, because now our attention is in the same place. I understand that you want to help him with his 1v1 or whatever he's doing. I'm not sure exactly what he's doing. But what if instead you take an angle like up here, for example, and you don't allow him to get doubled, or so like let's say he's fighting someone down here. I know he's not exactly right now. Well, it looks like he is. It's pretty confusing. But let's say he is fighting someone. He's shooting his gun, that's for sure. But I don't know if the other person is down here. It looks like he's pretty safe. But so what if you play up here and now no one can walk up to him for free because you're up here.
Okay.
So you're going to fry anyone who tries to walk up to him for free because you can't have both of you down here. That's illegal. You can't have that because one
Yeah.
horizon all or a couple grenades and you guys are dead. Um, or like you can't have more than one person down here. It's arguably okay to have one person down here, but please never have two people down there. So I understand
Okay.
that if you go down there or if you go inside the building, it may seem like you're helping him, but you can provide just as much support from up here because now you're not like because as we know, like we know there's a team here. So what if he's shooting at this team being stupid, this team on the left, and this team walks up to him? Okay, that's gonna suck. But what if you're up here? Now this team simply can't walk up to him. So that's the value of the anchor angle, right? You remember the anchor angle that I was talking about?
Yeah.
And
I
I,
think I just didn't know how to get up on that thing
yeah,
at this point in time.
yeah, you just climb there and then boop, up.
Okay.
Yeah, there's like two ways up. Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, yeah, that's the value of an anchor angle. It's just to relieve pressure off him. You're just trying to relieve pressure. But yeah, so we're
Yeah, because I looked at it. Yeah, I looked at it and I was like, I don't know how to get up there, and then I got scared and I ran away.
yeah, exactly, yeah. So let's see. I want to see where you got shot from here. So it looks like you got
Yeah, it
shot.
wasn't.
It looks
Okay.
like you got shot from where I was just telling you to go. And
Okay.
so now pay attention to how your horizon relieves that pressure off you. So your horizon is sort of in an anchor angle for you. You see that? Now she's
Yeah.
relieving that
Okay.
pressure off you. So this guy can't chase that guy that fried you in the back. But this is all very sketchy because we've got a team up here. So we need to be
Yeah.
very mindful of that. So like when we heal, don't heal at an angle where this team can shoot you. It may
Okay.
end up working out. I'm not saying it's not going to work out, but I'm just saying it's a little bit sketchy because if this team is looking, they would be killing you. So something we want to be working on is managing two teams at once. It's super valuable. So a huge part of managing two teams at once is knowing where we can heal and be safe from both teams at the same time. Which you're doing a good job of here, but
I think I'm still really confused. I don't know where the other teams are, and I don't know. Yeah, I don't like. I think. I think the horizon got cracked or something, and then I was just like, what's going on?"
right there, cancel that cell. So let me give you a quick philosophy for this. Very important to be confident to cancel our heals. The reason I say cancel the cell is because I guarantee you, if you cancel your cell, you hit this horizon for 100 and she hits you for 0. So that's well worth it. So watch when I say cancel it.
Oh, okay.
Cancel it. Okay, cancel it. You hit her for 100, she hits you for 0. Guaranteed every time. She's not looking at you. Just cancel it. Okay?
Okay.
So you would lose, obviously, you would lose out on the fact that you wouldn't have the cell. Like you would lose 25 health technically, but she would hit you for 0. You would hit her for at least 100. You might even kill her. You would probably kill her, to be honest with you. Yeah, you would you would
Yeah.
you would have
Okay.
killed her. So, um, yeah,
Yeah, I think I overvalue what a cell heals for.
absolutely, yeah. But the one thing to remember too, did I show you that cells or like having shields reduces flinch?
Maybe like in our first thing like a long time ago.
Yeah.
But
So yeah, so having shield. So do you know what flinch is? Like when you get shot at and you flinch?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you have shields, you don't flinch when you get shot at. If you don't have shields, you do flinch, and it makes it so much harder to win a 1v1 if you don't have shields.
Okay. I see. Okay.
Yeah, so it's not only about the health that the shield provides, it's about the fact that it allows you to not flinch. But still, once again, these are back shots, these are free shots to her back, so that's why we cancel. Cancel. And then this is also why we want to get more comfortable with holstering our weapon. I'm going to guess that you don't holster your weapon when you back up here. Holster. See, if you holster it
Yeah.
here, I guarantee you, like, the difference that it makes is massive. See, so you go for the reload, you don't go for the holster. Please go for the holster. Um, the difference it makes to your speed is absolutely massive.
Yeah. I'm just like, yeah, I'm like really slow with the whole stream. I think it's just like the my button is triangle. Yeah. So it's just like it's like out of the way.
I understand, yeah, for sure. I totally understand. That's why I have my heel on a paddle. But you can still holster like most pro players do not have most pro players do not have their triangle on a paddle. So you can definitely manage not having it on a paddle, but I do have it on a paddle because I really like to be able to holster fast. Um, what let's see. I was gonna make a point. Oh yeah, last point on anchor angles. So your horizon is doing a really good job this whole time of the anchor angle thing, but once your seer goes inside the building, now he's committed to inside the building. Everyone else on this team is inside the building as well. And so I rewound too far, so I'm a little bit out of context, but just wait. Maybe I fast forward. Yeah, so right here. Now your horizon has allowed everyone to cross into the building. There's 3 players in this building, okay? This is when your horizon, as an anchor, she needs to recognize that she's completely useless to this fight now because everyone else is inside the building. She's no longer useful outside of the building, and she needs to close this gap instantly. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I know it's not you, but it's still very relevant. She's still
Yeah.
looking at this
That's yeah,
team.
okay.
She's still looking at this
Yeah.
team if you look at her arrow. Yeah, so she recognizes it too late. Which obviously is the value of being on the mic, is if the seer was on the mic and asking for help, that probably would have helped. But yeah, so your horizon shows up
Yeah.
way too late to this because the seer killed one. The seer killed one. So technically at this point, you guys are 3-on-2. There's 2 people, right? You guys are 3-on-2. You shouldn't lose this. But like, so now you're 1-on-2 because they kill the seer. So now you're 1-on-2, and because the horizon's not with you. So yeah. Also, right there, like, look at your health. Once you get behind that corner, actually, as a lifeline, drop that health drone. So
Okay.
since now,
Yeah.
now, now you're committed to the corner, right? You're not making it out of this corner. There's no way. But you're about 3 seconds away from them. They're about 3 seconds away from you. So if you drop that health drone, you might even be able to get a sell off. But I guarantee you, if you drop that health drone and sit in that corner, you're gonna heal up a decent amount. You're going to be able to hit them for at least 50 when they swing you, and then that's going to help your horizon win this fight. So yeah,
Yeah.
there's
I think I just yeah. I think I just panicked
yeah,
and I just
exactly, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so just know that you're not going to get out of there. Next is so definitely, well, obviously you weren't jump master, so I'm not going to really critique the landing choice. The let me critique it though. I'm going to critique it a little.
Yeah. I didn't. I think I remember this one. I didn't like this drop.
Yeah, obviously the loot sucks. But let me just see. Let's see. So since the loot sucks, let me give you an idea. We definitely don't want to all 3 be landing here because there isn't enough loot for 1 person here. There certainly isn't enough loot for 3 people. So what if we go, since no one's going to land here, what if we go here, right? I mean, just you, when I say we, just you go here, loot this, then you go here, loot this, and make your way to your teammates, right? Or because you've also got an explosive hold here, which might be a little sketchy because if they recognize that you're alone, they might be able to kill you, but you should be fine. And then like also your teammates should be working their way towards you ideally. Or like another option is we know for a fact, like I know for a fact, like your teammates are there. There's no way anyone's going to contest your teammates for this. There's no way anyone's going to want to fight for that garbage loot. And so another option would be you can land here and then work your way to your teammates because no one's going to land here either. All right, so you can easily land here,
Uh,
but you need to pay attention, please. Or you could land here too. You could land here. You could land here. No one's going to land either of those places, but you need to be paying attention while you fly because if a full team recognizes that you're alone, they're just going to land on you and kill you. So this is very, very doable, but you need to be paying attention while you're flying so that you don't get landed on.
yeah, I
Another,
don't know why I'm not. I usually keep track of where people drop. I don't know why this game I'm not keeping track.
yeah, yeah,
But
exactly, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It's super, super important to be paying attention. One other thing is, if you go like, if you go ahead of everyone to here, that's when this becomes an issue because a team might recognize that you're completely alone. But if you float this way, if you make it look like you're going this way, and then you swerve off to here, then no one's going to have time to fully land on you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's sort of a trick because if you just go straight in by yourself, a full team's likely going to recognize that. But if you go in super late, then likely no one will see you. But yeah, this is just simply not acceptable loot for a full team. So like I know you're not jump master, so it's not fully your fault, but I just gave you like 2 or 3 solutions that you could still implement.
So mainly like all POIs are like hotspots, or I guess anything not POI, it's fine to split up because like that's not a POI, right?
Yeah, that's not a POI. Um
Okay.
I mean it's technically not a POI. It actually has a name. Like everything has a name in this game, but not everything's labeled. I don't know if you knew that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I
So
did not know that.
it's not an official POI though. So what am I trying to say? Yeah, but everything has a name. Like you see this where it says destroyed cascades.
Yeah.
It's not actually labeled on the map, but it does technically have a name. That's what I
Okay.
mean. Um, but it's definitely not a POI just because it. Yeah, you understand. Uh,
Yeah. Okay.
so yeah, so if you land at non POIs, it's definitely okay to split up, but you need to pay attention. Like you really need to pay attention because if a team recognizes that you're alone, they'll kill you.
Okay.
But like, no one has invisible dive trails usually unless there's like that sort of glitch where it's almost invisible sometimes. But 99% of the time, invisible dive trails are non-existent. So you should be able to pay attention enough to not get singled out. But yeah, it's definitely a good idea to split up if you don't go to a POI. And then like just wait, one more point. If you're not going to a POI, it's very important that you're doing it to third party. So for example, like I like landing here and then third partying whatever it's called, containment. I like third party and containment. Landing here, third party and containment. Like maybe so if we see 2 teams going here, I'll have maybe 2 of my teammates go up here, up on 82, and then I'll land here, loot this, hit the armory, and then go in third party containment. Right? There's no point in landing at a non POI if you're not going to be third partying something, because if you like your loot is not. I mean, your guns are actually really good. You got kind of lucky, but your armors are not really acceptable for fighting a 3-on-3 fight. So like,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
um, they're acceptable for third partying if you're if containment fought. They're acceptable for third partying, but they're not acceptable for fighting a fair fight. Um,
So if if I'm landing at like a POI, I would want to loot up ideally to like blue shields with like two decent weapons and then look for a fight.
did you say for landing at a POI or for not landing at a POI?
Landing at a POI. Would that be like the the best thing to do?
Yeah, that's usually the goal. But one last point is I did say that it's not acceptable to fight with these armors. It's still important to be confident that you can beat a team regardless of the armor situation. It's very important to be confident still. But
Okay.
I'm just saying like as an IGL and as like a coach, it's important to have some sort of strategy to get better armors than this. So, but at the same
Okay.
time, it's also important to be confident that even if this team has full purples and you guys are blue, white, white, it's still important to be confident that you can beat them. So, yeah. But like to answer your question, yeah, like grabbing a couple blue armors and then taking a fight is definitely ideal. But you don't want to take any fight. Like if, let's say, let me think of an example. Let's say you land, no, not repulsor. Um, what's the place with the charge towers? Do you know what that place is?
No, I don't know any of the names. I'm still pretty unfamiliar
Okay.
with this new map.
Yeah, I can't think of it. But let me think of another example. Okay. Well, you don't really know the name, so it's not really, there's no point. But let's say, I don't know, you landed a POI like this. Okay. Let's say there's one POI right here. There's one POI here, and there's one POI here. Let's say we land here. It doesn't make sense to take a fight here because we're going to get third parties from here. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, good. So like you got to put a little bit of thought into the fights that you're taking. But yes, usually the goal this season with the current RP system, the goal is to take as many fair fights as possible where we're not going to get thirded. Quick note, you're 75 off your blue. So, I don't know. That's like you're not very far off your blue. So I don't know how to describe it, but basically like I'm going to try to level up my blue is what I'm going to do before I take a hard engagement.
Okay.
But also, like, once again, I'm not going to be afraid to take a hard engagement with my white because I'm confident enough to win with any level armor. But it'd be definitely nice if you could level up to a blue. Nice. I feel like everything that you did there was technically correct.
Oh, yeah, purple armor.
What sensitivity are you on?
4-3.
Yeah, nice, nice. So this should be pretty automatic on 4-3. But let me think. I love the strafe. Like everything about the strafe. The one thing that's a little bit sketchy though is the fact that you're strafing onto this, which is not a flat surface. I'm not saying don't do that, but what I am saying is understand that that makes things significantly more difficult. Um,
Okay. Yeah.
I think technically everything you did here was pretty correct. Like your health to begin with is a little lower. Pay attention to how much you flinch once your armor gets cracked. I just want you to see that. So your armor gets cracked. Now he's at such a big advantage because like he's got armor and you don't, and so now you're flinching more. So it's gonna be. I know you probably couldn't even really see the flinch, but it does make things so much harder. Um, I'm trying to think of like something you do better here aside from just telling you to aim better. Like he did. Okay, he did a really good strafe because he like crouched under you. Like he went down and crouched under you, so he definitely crouched under your bullets. So I don't know. I think that
Okay.
technically you did everything right. That's just going to take some practice so that you can hit your shots a little bit better there. Let me talk. Let me think about the crosshair placement. I want to like.
Yeah, I think just my aim was pretty off there.
Yeah, he did. He definitely did a good job of like making it so that you weren't locked on, because your crosshair placement looks pretty good. Your shot timing was perfect. Your crosshair placement and your shot timing were perfect. It's just that he made you stop being locked on. So yeah, so I don't know. Try to get better at reacting to the to his change of direction. So just keep practicing those strafe drills that I showed you. You can practice them at different speeds and different angles and different ranges. Keep practicing that. But the truth is that you were at a 75 HP disadvantage. Like you were at a massive disadvantage. So yeah. But I'd love to like think of a way that you could have won that aside from just aiming better. But there really isn't. Just got to aim a little bit better, or you know, use the excuse that his armor was significantly better, and your armor was almost cracked anyways. So. All right, let's. I feel like the crosshair placement's a little off here.
Yeah.
So watch.
I like left my
You see? I think you just didn't see him. Maybe that was part of the issue.
Yeah. I think I was focused on that the highlight on whoever that
Yes.
is.
Yes, exactly. And so that's the massive downside of Seer is the fact that his scan only scans one person. And so that's why you don't want to, if you ever play Seer, you don't want to play Seer like he's Bloodhound. It's not about the scans, it's about the heal cancel. When it comes to his tactical, the value comes from the heal cancel. It's not about the scans. And so it's very important that if you're playing with a Seer, don't get too locked in on one guy. Understand it's not the same as Bloodhound. Seer is a completely different character. Don't play with him like he's Bloodhound. And if you ever play him, don't play him like he's Bloodhound. It's totally different. So please never get too tunneled in on one guy. So yeah,
Uh,
yeah, he's totally different.
okay, yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I still. Yeah, I think that this was like a total lack of understanding of what Seer does. Like I thought that was his ult for some reason.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Yeah.
that was
So obviously this guy's on scan, the other guy isn't. So we just need to be very, very, very like mindful. Like when I was first getting used to playing with Seers, the same thing happened to me because I was used to playing with Bloodhounds. Right? It scans all three people at the same time, but obviously can't get tunneled in on one guy. So we need to be very like conscious of that, of the fact that we can't get tunneled in on one guy. So just a quick note, like I don't want to critique this too hard. The fact that you used your rockets here, I don't want to critique it too hard because obviously you got the knock with it. But please understand that in this situation, your gun is way more effective than the rockets. You can hit this guy for
okay.
200 with your gun. You can hit him for, I mean, technically with the 301, you could hit him for 392, and that's without headshots. I mean, technically, if you hit every shot, but like 200 is more realistic. And so you could actually hit him. I'm just going to leave it at 200 with your gun. You could hit him 200, which would be a kill. Your rockets are going to hit for a maximum of 25 or maybe about 33, I think sometimes. Um, of course they stun him, but like I'd much rather see you have your gun out here because if he challenges you when you rocket, so right here, if he swings on you and challenges you, you cannot shoot him. So yes, the rockets got you the kill. So it's hard for me to critique something that worked for you, but please just use your gun right there.
Okay.
Because if he challenges, let's say he was still full health and he challenges you while your rockets are out with his gun will always beat your rockets every single time.
Yeah, I think I thought I could like splash two of them, or I don't know how many people were there, but
Mm-hmm.
uh, yeah, that was yeah. But yeah, I recognize that it was a mistake if he peeked, and I would have got fried.
Yeah, yeah, I understand. I know. I understand going for the stun too, right? Because the Valkyrie, the main value of the rockets is a stun, and so if you stun two of them, then your teammates are like guaranteed to win that engagement because they're stunned. But please try to shoot your rockets from somewhere like here, because you need to shoot
Okay.
your rockets from somewhere that you can break line of sight from, right? So that you don't get
Okay.
shot
Yeah.
while you're shooting your rockets. So and remember, they go over things perfectly, like really well. So let's say that guy was here, and you aim it right here, so that the front edge or like the back edge of the rockets goes here, and then the rest go that way. If you aim them right here and he's in the corner, they're still gonna hit him.
Okay.
Maybe not as well after the Valkyrie nerf. I could be wrong. I'm not that experienced with the nerf. It may not be as consistent as before the nerf, but still very consistent. All right, so right now I'm a little sketched out because we're running low on heals, and so we want to look to make a play on these guys before we run out of heals. So right now our mindset, we only have one cell. So the mindset is we want to kill these guys. We want to kill them before they have a chance to, like, we don't want to turn it into a situation where we take damage because we only have one cell.
Okay.
If we take damage, we want to be hard committed to getting the kill as well. Nice. Get that loot. Spam loot. So you've got so much open space. I want to see you spamming right now. Just spam
Okay.
your X
Okay.
button because you got so much open space. We can organize after. We're out in the open right now, so we don't want to be thinking about what we need. We're out in the open. Just spam loot. Spam, 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 spam. We don't want to be thinking about it. We can organize when we're in cover. They just rezzed. So like honestly, like I'm looting this, I'm not taking longer than half a second to loot this. That's an exaggeration. I might take longer than half a second. Just trying to get the point across. I'm not taking long at all to loot this because they just revived, right? Like we got to get up here and kill these guys. They just revived. We don't want to allow that to happen. That's not something we want to allow to happen. So we recognize there's a revive. This guy just ran away for free. As a Valkyrie, we should be up here immediately as soon as he revives. We don't really need anything. I'm just going to grab the bats, the shield batteries, and go. There's really nothing like this laser sight, that bruiser. None of those things is going to make a difference to you killing that guy. You should be able to kill this guy without those things. So like all these
Okay.
extra things, like kill him and then take what he has, right?
Okay.
We can't
I
let
guess
like
I'm not used to being that aggressive.
yeah. But like think about that guy, right? Like that what's that guy thinking? Oh, I hope they let me revive. Oh, I hope they let me revive. And then he gets a revive off. There's no way they let me get away too. What? They're letting me get away, right? That's what he's thinking. So like please don't let him get away.
Okay. Okay.
Like you got to think about his mindset. He's so thankful that he got away. And now look, because we've taken too long, we didn't capitalize when we could have. Now we're getting thirded from behind, right? So that's why we need to get these people out of the game. The smaller that this number is, okay, remember you can contribute to making this number smaller, right? The number of teams, the number of people. The smaller that number is, always the lower the chance of getting third partied. And so that's why you see a lot of top players killing teams a lot. Is it's not only about the kills, it's also about winning the game. Because the less teams in the game, the easier it is to win, the easier it is to fight, the easier it is to do anything. It makes the entire game so much easier when there's less teams. And now you're gonna get third in your
Okay.
because like you've been fighting like I feel like we've been fighting for like a minute or two, like minute maybe 2 minutes. Like that's just way too long. So it feels like we're being safer by taking our time looting up. It feels like we're being safer, but we're actually not being safer at all because we let these guys survive. They're a problem to us. They're a problem. We need to kill them because I'm pretty sure you're going to be getting third partied here and you're going to get shot in your back and a whole bunch of nonsense is going to happen. See, you're getting shot in your back, right? Because now you're trying to deal with these guys and now you're getting shot in the back while you're trying to deal with them. So it's just like, do you understand what I mean by it feels safer, but it's not?
Yeah.
To take your time?
Yeah.
Like,
I think like I have like trouble. I mean, it's just a communication issue of just like I know that we're here too long and pretty sure we're gonna get thirded,
yeah,
but it's
exactly.
like my team just wants to stay there and fight, and I'm just like
Yeah.
stuck here.
But here, like, look, when we're looting here, so since you're first one in, you're the furthest ahead of your teammates, right? So unless these are disagreeable people, assuming these are agreeable people, and nice people, they're gonna loot this box too because they're like, oh, the guy who's furthest ahead is looting. There's no point in me not looting. I'm not gonna let it, like, right. So like the person that's furthest ahead sets the tone. So you need to set the tone for your teammates. We're killing these guys. You set the tone. So now
Okay.
you set the tone to loot, right? And when you guys could be killing these guys. So you understand
Okay.
like that's the point of not worrying about third parties is because if we just kill these guys, the third party is no longer an issue because they're dead. This team's dead,
Okay. Yeah.
right? And so now we're not now we armor swap them and the third party is what it is. We kill the third party, right? But now since we let them live, there's a team here and there's a team behind us. And so that's why we die. So yeah, so when you're furthest ahead, you got to be the guy that sets the tone, sets the pace. Like
Okay.
even solo queuing, like watch pretty much any pro player solo queue. You'll see they still set the tone, right? Like it's not even that they're on the mics; they're setting the tone, and usually the teammates stick with them because they're setting the tone. If I fast forward too much, let me know.
This is like 2 days ago. I don't even remember what happened.
Okay, cool. Yeah, basically what I do when I'm fast forwarding is I just watch the damage numbers and I watch to see for when there's damage. But like if there's anything not damage related that you want to see, just ask.
I think I make a lot of bad habits of trying to take pot shots at people.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's the other thing. Quickly touching on mouse and keyboard players. Mouse and keyboard players can be so brain dead sometimes because they love fighting long range. And so they do the exact same thing that I was describing last time, where they make fights take way too long. It makes them feel like they're playing safer because they're fighting long range, but they're actually not, because they're just making the fight take way too long because they're fighting long range, where they can't actually execute.
Yeah.
So naturally, as a controller player, you're naturally going to be more inclined to force close range. So yeah. So far, it's like the long range thing hasn't really been an issue from what I've seen. But now it might be a little bit of an issue. Like on this map, we don't want to be like, okay, here's the thing though, is we have a caustic. Caustic's really nice for countering third parties. Your caustic should also have a trap in this choke. Because look, one trap, all it takes is one trap, and he knows if a team's coming from here. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Obviously, you're not
Okay.
a caustic player, so it doesn't really matter. But basically, caustic is so nice because he is also caustic's almost like a recon character. Because if you drop a trap up here or like in here, or like even like he's got traps down here, that's what I mean by recon character, is because it's going to notify you that there's a team here. So it's almost like caustic is a recon character. There's a lot of characters that you can play almost like they're recon characters. Horizon's another one because you can use her Q to fly up in the air and gather intel. All right, so we're gonna Valcald out. I'm not certain if I agree with the Valcald idea, because so the reason why is because we know there's a team here, and so let's just say we land here and then we get into a fight. Now we're pinched. So that's why I'm not like usually I Valcalt. If I'm playing Valk, I will Valcalt one every 2 games, like once every 2 games max, because like these types of Valcalts are a little bit sketchy. Or like let's say there's a team here and we start fighting. Now there's also a team behind us, so like we've sort of pinched ourselves. Whereas like we can actually, if we just walk through this choke, we can get the exact same value that we're getting just by walking, and it's a lot safer. So Valkalts
Okay.
oftentimes draw so much attention in. I'm not saying I'm not a fan of Valk. I think Valk can win you a lot of games with her ult, but I am saying that her ult's a little bit sketchy.
Yeah. Yeah. I for sure. I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Because
I've done that. I've done some sketch drops.
exactly, yeah. And so yeah, so now we're engaging on this team, and there's a team, the team that we flew over, right? One more idea. What if we just kill the team that we flew over? Right? What if we're just confident enough to kill them? Now we have KP and they're dead, so they're no longer an issue. So, and we have their loot. We have their loot. We have their KP, and they're dead, so they're not going to pinch us later on. So, not saying fighting is always a good idea, but definitely, like, so you see how avoiding that fight sort of like you're still fighting, right? You still ended up fighting, but now you're taking a fight that's not advantageous at all to you. Why is your Bangalore not smoking him? That's an absolute mystery. Like
Yeah. I
she's
don't. Yeah.
struggling.
Yeah.
She's struggling so much. She's like pretty much the best character for this situation, or one of the best, and she's just struggling. It's kind of funny to watch. But yeah, all it takes is one smoke and then she's good. Yeah, that guy's walked up. So that guy's way overextended from his team. So that's good. You can definitely fry him. But like, watch how you peek him. Watch how you position yourself on this peak. So why not? Okay. So why are we strafing left here? I'm not asking. I'm not trying to like be rude, but I'm just saying like there's no point in strafing left because you're way overexposing yourself. So like, see. So you adjusted to down here. You realized once it was too late. You realized that playing down here, just stand up down here. Stand up all the way down here as low as you possibly can. You want to just barely expose your head. You don't want to expose yourself more than you have to. So the left side of this, so we need to recognize this immediately, that the left side, we want to play as far to the right of this object as possible because we're going to have more cover. Do you understand why?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect. So that should be automatic. So you automatically strafe left here. See that? So and you sort of overexpose yourself. And so that's why he fries you. Plus one other note is you want to try to get first bullet. Try to hit your first bullet on him. So make sure that your first bullet is accurate.
Okay.
Let me show you. So pay attention to how you missed your first bullet here. See that? You missed your first 9 bullets at least. No, not 9, 7. 7 bullets. So that's why you're so inaccurate, is because you missed your first bullet. I promise you,
Okay.
your accuracy with the R301 or anything full auto is going to double if you hit your first bullet. Your accuracy will double. You need to hit your first bullet. And obviously, there's no point in not hitting your bullet. Take your time, hit your first bullet, please. Your accuracy will double. That's something that I critique with every single one of my clients. Every single person misses their first bullet. Often. And that's like the number one thing. Like Call of Duty, or whatever other game you've played, it doesn't really matter if you miss your first bullet, but this game you need to hit your first bullet. You need to.
Okay.
Alright, your teammates are kiting back. I definitely sense a lot of fear to fight, and I understand why you're fearful. This is a stupid place to fight. You could get shot in your back from here, you get shot in your back from here. It's definitely a stupid place to fight. So, this is when we want to recognize that it is a stupid place and get out. But Caustic and Bangalore make this so much better because your Bangalore can use her bang ult to slow things down, and your Caustic can be placing traps so that you don't get third partied from certain directions, or at least you get slowed. It will slow down the third party from certain directions. So I like that your Caustic's placing a good amount of traps. I think that's really good. You could actually go for that revive right now. Your Caustic, no, actually maybe you couldn't. I feel like you could. Like honestly, you would have had him revived by now. So like, good shots by the way, good shots. But this is where just have the confidence to start the revive and then cancel it. It's the same thing with the heals. You remember I told you to cancel heals sometimes?
Yeah.
Yeah, so please have the confidence to start your heals and cancel them. Same thing with the revive. Understand that
Okay.
you can cancel the revive. If you get pushed, you can cancel it. Doesn't mean you have to stick it. So why not start it? Honestly, if you would have started it, you would have gotten them up. So why not start it? And then you can cancel it if you have to. Good shots, by the way. Pay attention how you hit your first bullet. Hit your first bullet, perfect accuracy. Didn't hit your first bullet, no accuracy. 0 accuracy. Watch again. 0 accuracy when you don't hit your first bullet. Perfect accuracy when you do. Please take your time to lock on. Also, those were easier shots. The second clip was easier shots, so yeah. But still, like, watch. Hit your first bullet, perfect accuracy. You actually didn't. I don't think you hit your first bullet, but still, very accurate. Because you took your time and you hit shots that were very possible to hit. That's an example of where you want to save your Valk rockets for. I'm not sure if you wasted them, if you just burnt them, or if you use. But this guy on this rock, if you Valk stun him, so you can stand behind cover, and you can stun this guy, and now he's stunned. So this is where you want to use your Valk rockets. Obviously, you
Okay.
don't have them, so you can't use them. So, but one other thing, I'm gonna Valk rocket this guy before I turn around, so that way he doesn't fry me when I turn around.
Okay.
We want to be careful turning our backs. Be careful turning your back here, because if you're in a higher level lobby, you would die for turning your back like that. Another tip for Valk rocketing is if we're behind this piece of cover, we can fly straight up for just half a second. Just tap your rockets and then Valk rocket from above. Valk rocket him there and then challenge him on the right side. That's a massive, massive move.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, you still haven't revived your teammate. I would definitely be slowing things down and going for that revive.
Okay.
But I understand why you're not. Like, you are applying a good amount of pressure. Perfect opportunity for a Valk rocket right here or right here, but preferably right here. The reason I say perfect on the right side is because the Valk rocket will cover that whole piece of cover. So, like, this guy has more of a plan to exit this piece of cover because it's smaller. Like, he's much more willing to leave that piece of cover. Whereas this guy on the right rock, he's not planning on needing to leave this piece of cover. So the Valk rocket is guaranteed to hit this guy.
Okay. What like if I did rocket, what do I do after that? Or like what am I hoping to do with the Valk rockets?
So 2 things. You're going to do a little bit of damage. Usually the main value is from stunning him. But since you're alone, your teammate is reviving your other teammate. You're alone. There's 2 people, so you're hoping to do nothing. You're hoping to slow him down. You're hoping to apply pressure and slow him down. That's what you're hoping to do.
Okay.
Also, this guy's knocked, right? So if you Valk Rocket this, you're gonna hit the guy that's knocked, and you're gonna hit the guy that's alive. So it's better than hitting one guy here. Plus, like I said, this guy's a lot more willing to leave this piece of cover than this guy. Mostly because it's smaller. Like, it's hard for me to describe, but it's a lot easier for this guy to leave this cover than this guy. This guy has a lot more of a false sense of security. The Valk Rockets are equally as effective on this guy, and he feels a lot more secure against this rock. Like, he doesn't have a plan to leave, and this guy definitely has a plan to leave. Like, he's ready to leave.
Okay.
Maybe not, but probably. If he was a pred, he would be ready to leave. Like, this if you Valk Rocketed this guy in a pred lobby, it would not hit him. Probably. So it's just basically a lot more guaranteed damage if you Valk Rocket the right people. Also, doing damage to the guy with the knocked guy is a lot more valuable. Please also, okay, wait. Doing damage with the Valk Rocket to the right guy is a little bit more valuable because it adds progress to the thirst. It's also because the other guy's going to be reviving him, and he might panic and cancel the revive. So it's just there's
Okay.
a ton of reasons why it's more important to Valk Rocket the right rock than the left rock. Um, Also, we're 2-on-2. So now this guy, so we're 2-on-2, right? But once this guy gets revived, we're 3-on-2. We want to try to not let this guy revive. And so once again, the Valk Rocket is like how we sort of do that. Of course, he can still revive through the Valk Rocket, but there's a very good chance that he cancels the revive if you hit him with a Valk Rocket because he's likely going to panic. There's a very good chance he panics. And there's also a chance that you thirst the knock too. Like, let's say someone already did damage to the knock. I know that 33 damage isn't enough to thirst someone, but let's say one of the other teams already did damage, or one of your teammates did damage to the knock, then there's a very good chance that you get the full kill on it if you Valk Rocket it. So
Okay.
I oftentimes do waste my Valk Rockets on knocks, which is kind of a waste, but sometimes, like, you'll actually get the thirst more often than you would think, because sometimes people who have been knocked down have already taken damage, and so they're already like sort of one shot on the ground. Plus, you had a thermite. Actually, you had a thermite. So Valk Rocket the revive and thermite it, and then they're just dead. So, and then you
Okay.
guys are 2-on-2. You've gotten a full kill. You've secured a full kill. I understand why you backed up though, but it was clear to me the reason you backed up, by the way, is because I'm assuming it's because there's a left team. There's a team on the left. But it was pretty clear
Yeah,
to
I
me
think.
that the
Yeah.
it was pretty clear to me that the team on the left ran. Like, it was pretty clear to me that they left.
Okay.
So that's why I would have continued to apply pressure.
Okay. Yeah, I think I was just really scared since. Yeah, I think I was just more playing for safety than aggression or points.
Yeah, I understand. And like, just one more note on that is, remember, so that's another situation where, like, now that team isn't dead, they're alive up here still, and we're fighting this team. So we left this team alive and we're fighting this team. So the goal is, like, oftentimes my goal is to clear out our side of the map, to clear out the side of the map that I'm playing. What I mean by clear out is kill as many teams as possible, because now we're fighting this team and this team is still alive. So if you had killed them, then your chances of getting shot in the back are lower. All right, definitely it would be nice if your teammate didn't die that easily. That was pretty fast. So it looks like your caustic is going to trap up inside. So this is good. Stay here. I would stay here 100% because there's no way they can push this building with you here. I mean, they can, but they're going to take damage in the process. Plus, he's got caustic traps. So what's going to happen is, what my plan is, we'll see what actually happens. But what's going to happen is your Bangler is going to crawl into that building. Your Caustic's going to revive. This team's going to try to cancel the revive. They're going to get caught in caustic gas, and you're going to do a ton of damage. That's what I would hope would happen. Ideally, that's what I would do. That's what I would try to do in this situation. So have your Bangler crawl into that building. Your Bangler should be crawling into that building, and the caustic's going to revive her. And then you're just
I
going
think
to
I got.
anchor. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I got thirded or something here, or yeah, I got flanked or something
Yeah, so there's
by
a
that
team
guy.
there. Hmm. Yeah, no need to back up
Yeah.
here, please.
Okay. Okay.
But like, remember, you're Valkyrie. When you're retreating, use your rockets, please. Not your rockets, but your jets, your whatever, your fuel. Use that.
Oh, I thought it was. I thought it was slower than running.
It's harder to hit. It might be slower, but it's
Okay.
harder to hit for sure.
Okay. I see.
Yeah. Um. Also, I think your weapon is holstered already. But so what I'm doing is these guys on the left have no angle on me. I'm I'm challenging this guy on the right. I'm doing as much damage as I can. I'm not running from this. I'm obviously I'm very confident that I can outshoot anyone. Um, but I would recommend that you get to the same point. So like try to get to the point where you're confident enough you can outshoot this guy. If you just stand here, you guys have equal cover. His teammates on the left don't have any angle from on you. Also, they just completely cut themselves off. They fuse alted this, so they don't have a way to get to him. And so you just challenge this guy. Just please be confident that you can kill him.
Okay.
Don't back up here. The guys on the left
Yeah,
are
I think I'm. Yeah, I think I'm still suffering from a lot of confidence issues
yeah, for
with
sure.
this game.
They are hitting you with fuse rockets, but yeah, just don't run here. I like that you did holster your weapon this time. But yeah, Valk rocket like jetpack this way, jetpack that way, jetpack that way, that way, that way, right?
Okay.
Switch back and forth like that.
Okay. Cool.
So that's why you couldn't afford to run, right? It's because that guy was up there with a longbow. So you just couldn't
Yeah.
afford to run. Another option is when you have this much health, you can actually make it into this tunnel without this guy killing you on Valkyrie. You can. Because no one, when you're spamming your rockets, even after the nerf, no one can one clip you while you're spamming your rockets. So you had 175 health here. You could actually make it into the tunnel. Guaranteed.
Okay. I see. Yeah, I think this is also just me not being familiar with the map. I was just like, I don't know where to go.
Exactly, yeah. So that's why I'm just trying to give you as many options so that you can sort of survive the situation regardless of the map layout. Cool.
Would you just recommend just to like keep playing the map just to get used to it, or is there? I mean,
Yeah, for
yes,
sure.
right?
Got to play a
Okay.
lot. Got to learn the angles. Have I talked to you about? Have I given you jump master tips yet?
No.
So this is for
Yep.
consistency. Okay, I'm gonna give you my best tips for consistency. Let me give you a couple tips for kills too, though. So right now, most top teams on this map land here. I think it's called Repulsor. We're gonna call it Repulsor and Map Room. Um, most top teams land Repulsor and Map Room. The reason most top teams land Repulsor and Map Room is because the loot is good, but you can fight. So you can land Repulsor, fight Map Room without getting third partied. You can also land Map Room and fight Repulsor without getting third partied. No one really lands here, so it's not really an issue for a third party. But sometimes teams land here and then the third party this, which sucks. But if you finish your fights quickly enough, you can usually land one of these two POIs and fight each other. Um, Another couple options are like rig isn't bad because you're not going to get third party to rig, so that's not a bad option. Caustic treatment's really good. Crash site's really good, and Gauntlet Skull Town it's not bad either.
Okay.
I'll give you like a couple notes like if you're going for a third party. Let me give you a couple tips for that. So if you're trying to third party people, let's say two teams go rig. I'm gonna take my team here. We're gonna loot up and third party rig. Let's say two teams go here. Capacitor, that's what this is called. This is called capacitor. This is called repulsor. This is called capacitor. So let's say two teams go capacitor. I'm gonna land labs third party capacitor, just as an example. Two teams go caustic treatment. I'm gonna land right here at this town third party caustic treatment. That's a super popular one. So you got a lot of options for places that you can third party. Two teams go containment. I'm gonna land here third party. Lots of options. So you want to try to be landing somewhere close. I mean, not always, but that's sort of my strategy. Now, if you want to play safe, what we want to do is we want to look at the path of the dropship. So the dropship's going this way. Okay, this is about the line that it's going in. Everything directly below is going to be very, very populated. Directly below it, like in the path. So we want to look for something way out of the path. Okay, and we want to be looking behind us so that we get an understanding of where teams are going. Okay, so we're looking behind us to get an understanding of where teams are going.
Okay.
We want it at the halfway point. So I'll show you what I mean. So we want to be paying attention. So when it comes to this direction here in the path, we want to be paying attention to this number here, 54. Okay. And when it comes to this direction, we just want to be using our eyes for this line, for this axis. We want to be using our eyes to decide which side of the map is less populated. Okay, which side is less populated? I'm sure you understand why we want to land on the less populated side. Now,
Yeah, I think that's normally what I do, but yeah, I don't know why I'm not doing that in this pod.
yeah, must be like looking at your phone or something, doing something else.
Yeah.
All good though. So now we're at about 25% of the way through this dropship, and see about 25% of the teams, just over 25%, I think 28% have dropped. And so that means so far that when it comes to this axis, this is going to be a well spread dropship. It's going to be well spread. It's going to be evenly distributed. That's what I mean, evenly distributed. Now look at this. We're almost at the halfway point, and the majority are still in the dropship. So that means that we want to start looking behind us because we're at the halfway point and the majority are still in the dropship. So that means that this half of the map is going to be more populated. Does that make sense?
Yep. Yeah.
And so we want to start to look behind us. We want to start to look east behind us. This is west. We want to look east. And we want to try to find somewhere that's open, somewhere that's not taken. So caustic treatment or crash site, something like that on sort of the east side. Not that they're east, but like you know what I mean, like this side behind us, because in front of us is going to be overpopulated. The majority is still in the dropship. No one's dropping. See, so now we're at about 2/3 of the way, and see half is still in the dropship. There's only like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's like six, and some of them are sort of garbage tier POIs. There's only like 6 garbage tier POIs to split among 10 teams. 30 people means 10 teams. 10 teams of 3. So like basically this side of the map's guaranteed to be overpopulated. So I'm going to guess that if you land on this side, you're going to be getting third partied a lot.
Yeah, I think I like panicked.
Yeah.
Panic dropped.
So like look here, look way out of the path of the dropship. We're pretty much like in a plat lobby, you're pretty much guaranteed to get like one team maximum right here. Like maximum one team, because we're still in plat, so teams don't really know the strategy that I'm teaching you. And so like maximum one team out here. So it's definitely going to be like, just watch how overpopulated this is. Nice. I love that you look. See, I'm right? Like 3 teams.
Yeah, yeah.
This is 3 teams going to a garbage POI. This is garbage, and we've got 3 teams going there. So we want to avoid that by using the strategy that I taught you. Definitely don't go there. That's garbage. So we're just like, now we're hard committed to this. We could take Pit. Okay, we could take Pit. Pit is pretty garbage for a team of 3. But what we can do is we can take Pit and third party runoff. Okay, take Pit, garbage loot, but we can, our loot, the quality of loot doesn't matter if we time our third party well. Even if we have white armors, which by the way, we'll have at least 1 good armor if we go Pit, but our guns might kind of suck. If we third party this well, if we time our third party well, then the quality of loot doesn't really matter. So yeah, so we're going to go here. We're going to land back here. Now we're going to be forced to play super passive. So I would personally prefer to see you just contest a team here. Just be confident, contest a team here. I think you're thinking too much about the minus 46. So let me give you a mindset shift. You're minus 46, but watch top Preds play. Right now, Chaotic's like minus 180, and he's still playing very aggressive. Because what he goes for is he goes for massive games, like he goes for massive games where he gets like 10 kills, 15 kills, and then certain games like, yeah, so he'll get like plus 400 in so many games. Oftentimes he gets plus 300, plus 400, plus 200, because he's getting such big KP wins that these minus 46s, especially since you're only minus 46, if you get a couple plus 400 games, or like plus 300 games, plus 200 games, this minus 46 doesn't matter. So just try to be a little more confident. Don't worry about that minus 46 so much.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but when I was first getting started, this minus 46, like especially when I was first getting started in pred lobbies, it was minus 60. That minus 60 was really in my head. But if you, in the current system, if you can get a big KP win, it makes up for it. Just like 1 win can make up for a ton of losses. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely yeah, it's definitely impacting because I'm just like trying not to lose. Like I'm trying to like stem the bleeding of that minus KP.
Exactly, yeah. And like to tell you the truth, once you get to diamond, you're going to be kind of lost if you don't learn how to be more aggressive first. Um, yeah.
Okay.
Also, like so, just two things. If your goal is to hit master, once you get to diamond, you're going to feel a little lost. Same thing with me in season 4. Season 4 was the first time I made it to diamond in season 4. I sucked when I made it to diamond. I didn't really deserve to be there, and I was completely lost. I couldn't keep up. And so I realized that next time I go for diamond, I need to play more aggressive and I need to be one of the better players in plat. Or once I get to diamond, I'm going to be a little lost. One other side note is if your goal is diamond, like if you don't care about master, if your only goal is diamond, you've still got a ton of time for that. So definitely like don't worry about that too much. You got a ton of time to make it there. So usually what I recommend in the first half of a split, play for experience. Don't worry about points, play for experience. In the second half, you can play for points.
Okay.
That's how you get better. Also, no, I'm not going to comment on that. I was going to say go Prowler Volt for this fight. I think Prowler Volt would be a lot more valuable than 3030 Volt. I think that the 3030 it's an excellent gun, but for this fight, I think Prowler Volt, because pretty much anything you're going to fight here is going to be within the Volt's range. And so I think Prowler Volt would be a little more valuable. I think you guys got really lucky. For some reason, you don't have a team here. Nice. Awesome. I love the R301. R301 Volt, that's kind of my go-to. I kind of prefer the car, but the Volt's definitely better overall than the car. I just personally prefer the car.
Yeah, I think I kind of prefer the car.
Nice. You got a gold mag. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because I think the Volt's better overall, like at range and stuff. If you're running it like that. But for my style, I mostly use the R301 anyway, so I don't really use the secondary that much anyway. So I just use the car like it's a shotgun, and yeah, that's what I do. Nice,
I don't
nice.
remember what happens this game.
Yeah, so the loot's going really good. We want to be very careful engaging though. So like here, just a quick note. I know this is going to be very tedious of me to point this out, but like since we got one teammate here, one teammate here, they're very well, since 3 teams landed here at runoff, there very well could be a team here. So please don't rotate through here. Rotate wide so that if there is a team here, we don't
Okay.
get punished so hard. So like I know it's very tedious and it's a very small detail, but that's like like you're playing safe for these minus 46s, which is I agree with. Like I agree with playing smart, playing safe, but like we gotta be super tedious with the way we rotate and the way we move around. Like if there's a team here, when we walk up to here, we're honestly dead because we got one teammate all the way here, one teammate all the way here. It's okay to be split that far, but we need to be a lot more careful than this. You're sort of walking around without thinking about it. So yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's a good call out. Yeah, I think like going through that tunnel, I was aware, but then like here, yeah, you made a good point. Like I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, that's why. So like there could be a team in here and we don't really have line of sight on them. Whereas if we rotate wide like this, we can be looking across and we have so like let's say a guy happens to show up here without audio. We have nowhere to back up to. Whereas if we're all the way over here, we have this whole bridge is like a gap that separates us. So that's why I'm saying rotate like loot. If you're this far by yourself, you got to be somewhere you got to be somewhere where you have layers of defense. You have layers to fall back on. You understand what I mean by
Okay.
layers?
Yeah, yep, yep. I think I was worried about the. I think I was getting. I think I worried too much about the closing of the rain.
Yeah.
I think that's why I was like, yeah,
Yeah, so you're just trying to go fast. Yeah, don't worry about it.
yeah,
You can always craft medkits. You can chill out in zone for a bit. Um, let's see. Oh, I just want to point out that I'm right. There was a team that rotated from this way, but you're a little bit lucky. They happened to rotate here. I'm not sure why they would ever rotate here rather than to where you are, but that's what they did. So
yeah. I'm pretty sure we get fried here.
Yeah, so remember, they're a complete non-threat to you, so you want to try to be applying pressure to help your teammate and to
Uh,
distract them. Yeah.
okay.
Because they're so far away that they're an absolute 100% non-threat to you because they're so far away. So yeah, do anything that you possibly can to be applying pressure. Now, since we're confident, or since our goal is to be confident and take fights, we want to be fighting this. We can, since like now our teammate is caught up, we can actually fight this. No need to run from this.
Okay.
And it's edge of map. So like no one else is going to rotate since they already rotated from here. No one else is going to rotate into you from here. Most likely, it's almost certain that no one else will, because zone is closing that way. So no one really has any reason to rotate into you. So if you fight and make this fight quick, then you can definitely roll them without getting third partied.
Okay. Yeah, I think I worried too much about. Yeah, I'm definitely worrying too much about ring one.
Yeah, yeah, I agree for sure. And then one other thing is like, um, finish your fights quickly, right? So like we're doing a lot of shooting, we're making a lot of noise, a lot more noise than we need to be.
Okay.
Quick tip: when you're tracking someone that's moving that fast off a zip, I think you're overcompensating for the recoil. I think you're worrying about it too much. Could be wrong,
Yeah.
but you've actually got a lot less recoil than you would think you do in that situation. Yeah, so you're gonna Valcult out, but like remember, we can avoid Valculting by just running up here or running all the way around. We can avoid
Yeah,
Valculting.
I think this is where I think this is the sketchy drop where I think we died.
Yep. At the
But I think I
same
remember what happened here.
At the same time, when I was telling you to fight this team, do understand that a ton of teams, like I said earlier, a ton of teams landed on this side of the map. So
Yeah.
it is still a little bit sketchy. Yeah, see, so there's a team
Yeah,
coming.
like we yeah.
So yeah, so you get the idea. Um, I don't know. It's not that bad. Like,
I think we did win this fight.
yeah, looks like it's working out pretty well so far, aside from your death. Let me give you a tip on how you can not die here. I'm sure I already talked to you about the Peacekeeper and like how to use it. This guy needs to not turn around there. Why would he turn around? He needs to keep running. Um, I mean, the Loba should have kept running. I don't know why he would challenge you. So yeah, obviously that's what a good Peacekeeper player does. He just juggle peeks you in and out of cover. So that's a good Peacekeeper player. I would probably walk up to this rock wider left though. I don't want to walk straight up to it because
Wider. Okay.
wider left, it gives us more outplay potential.
Okay, I see.
Because see how now if he peeks in and out, now if he peeks now like if he dips into the right, you have no option here. Also stun the rock. This is a Valkyrie opportunity. See, as soon as we see him turn around, we want to shoot our rockets at the rock.
Okay.
Because there's two of us, right? So it's a lot better. So like if it stuns him, you guys are just like guaranteed to get that knock. So yeah, but like mechanically, obviously you missed a little more than I would have liked, but the thought process behind it was pretty good. Like I feel like it was pretty good. What I mean by that was like the execution of the strafe was really good. So
Okay.
you're definitely like headed in the right direction on that. Please armor swap him. Armor swap him. Don't go for the Phoenix. Maybe
Okay, I
maybe
see. Yeah,
maybe,
I think
maybe go for the Phoenix.
uh I think I don't know when I think like learning when to thirst and armor swap is still definitely very new
Yeah, so
to me.
your teammates thirsted him, but he's all the way over here. So the Phoenix is actually better because you might have gotten shot in your back if you went for the armor swap. I actually agree with the Phoenix in this case.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, I think I was like super scared because there's we like dropped like pretty hot.
Yeah. But now we're not scared. We're fighting. We're committed to this fight. We need to kill these people instantly. We need to be thinking, what angles can we take to kill these people instantly? And to answer your question, or not to answer, not that it was a question, but to answer my question, I guess, this would be the angle that we take right here. Because we see someone's wrapping wide right, we take this angle right here and we fry him.
Okay.
See him? Look at him. That guy is vulnerable. He is prey. We're gonna roll him.
Okay.
We're gonna get right here. He's alone. His teammates are over here. Get right here. Kill him instantly. Easy. He's stupid.
Okay.
Also understand his mindset. What his mindset is he's third partying. He thinks that you're weak. You're fully healthy. All three of you are fully healthy. Go kill him.
Yeah, I think I was more worried about like getting pinched or something, so I was like trying to run away, but did not know the map well at all.
I understand. This is a full team though. Full team. We killed one on the Lobos team, so the chances are they're not really going to shoot us in the back because they're only a duo. They might, but they likely won't.
Okay.
Like, what's the best way? No, that's not true. I was gonna say the best way to get on pinch is to kill one of the teams, but that's usually pretty stupid. But in this situation, the other team's nowhere in sight. Just kill these guys as quickly as possible. You see how far left his teammates are? This guy, like
Yeah.
his teammates are really far left. So if we posture up on this rock right here, he's gonna challenge us brain dead. He's gonna be brain dead. Like he's complete brain dead mode right now. I'm not saying he's stupid. I'm saying what he's thinking is that you are weak. He thinks you are weak. And so if you challenge him, you need to punish him for being so ignorant to the fact that you're already fully healthy. He's being
Okay.
ignorant right now. He's running out in the open and he's alone and he's on Bloodhound. I'm pretty certain he's on Bloodhound. Yeah, he is. And so, yeah, we need to punish him for being ignorant. Take your time aiming those rockets, by the way, and stun the corner.
Okay.
And if you don't have a plan for those rockets, just save them. No need to force them.
Okay.
See how we're on our heels? So that's why we're getting angled out. Good shots, though, by the way. Good
Yeah.
shots. Yeah, we're on our heels. We're getting angled out. We need to not let them walk up like that. Perfect angle.
Yeah. I think this was just a lot of me just not. Yeah. I'm never on the side of the map. Yeah. I have no idea what to do.
Yeah, I understand. But look at this. Perfect angle on this rock. I promise you, you can 2v3 from right here. Your teammate's dead. You can 2v3 from right here. See this right here? Like
Yeah.
that angle, this rock. So that Bloodhound's a non-factor. You just hit him for 120-ish. If you sit right here on this rock, the Bloodhound's a non-factor. You can easily, remember, think about their mindset. They're running it at you like zombies. They're not thinking. These guys think they have a massive advantage. And so you can punish them for that. You sit up on this rock, they're going to run at you like a zombie. They have no way to shoot you if you're on this rock. The guy on the far right does, but you just hit him for 120, so he's not going to shoot you. So sit on this rock right here and fry him.
Okay. Okay.
Don't try to run. I see you try to run here. Right? We need to recognize that how dominant that rock is. That rock's totally dominant. So dominant. So, yeah, just sit there, fry him. Win. Yeah, so yeah, just don't run there. I mean, maybe you'll get out though. Maybe.
I think I killed him. I don't remember what happened here.
Yeah. Yeah, so far it's not going too bad, but oh yeah, so your teammate's
Yeah.
taking some attention off you. Nice. So we need to
I
be
don't remember
thinking
what
like
happened.
as we back up, we need to be thinking of hills that we can do a controlled retreat on and do damage as we're backing up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit right here and I'm going to fry the first one to turn the corner. I'm going to sit here, fry the first one to turn the corner. I can push off that, but I'm probably going to continue to run after I fry him
Okay.
rather than just running because then that discourages them. But there's a good chance, like if I just postured up on this hill, there's a good chance that one's going to fly around this corner. There's also a good chance he's not going to be full health because he thinks they're 3-on-2. He's just not going to heal. He's just going to fly around the corner without thinking, and I'm going to fry him, get a free knock, and then you guys are 2-on-2.
Yeah. I think my goal right now was to just sync up with my duo.
Mm-hmm. I understand, but think like you gave up everything to sync up to him, right? So you guys are
Okay.
2-on-3, and you gave up all positioning to link up with him. Like once again, like see this sand hill right here, he can easily get to you. This guy, so we need to be calculating time in our mind. So how long can we hold these guys off for from here? The answer is about 20 seconds. I feel like you could hold him off for at least 10 seconds. 10 seconds gives this guy enough time to heal and get to you. So yeah. So we don't want to give up so much ground. Unless you want to just run. Like running is okay too. I mean, like I'm not here to critique running. There's nothing wrong with running. But we don't want to give up all our advantages and then challenge 2-on-3.
Okay.
So we're
Yeah,
either
I think I wasn't sure. I was like confused at why he was so low. I thought that maybe they were chasing him, so I think, yeah, I think I was very confused.
yeah, I understand. But like, look at how exposed we are on this angle now versus that hill that I showed you. But look, like all these
Yeah.
hills, there's such a massive skill gap to these hills because we can just use the sand. So like, rather than climbing right here, we can use this as cover. We could use this hill as cover. The technique where we stand as far as low as we possibly can and then peek over the hill. Rather than thinking of it as like a static object, it's very dynamic, right? We can, if we peek on top of it, we have no cover. But if we have our feet right here, we have a ton of cover. They can only see our heads. Does that make sense?
Yep. Yeah.
So see, like, good shots, but it's going to be hard to win 2-on-3 from this angle. We got to think of a more dominant angle, which could even be watch this rock that you tuck yourself into and then you left. Watch right here. Right here. See this rock? So what if we back up far right and we back up like 2 more feet to here and then we use this rock as a head glitch. Now only our head is exposed. And since there's 2 of them, they're going to be walking at us without thinking and we can fry them.
Okay.
But like good shots. I don't want to take anything away from the shots that you're hitting. Good shots. But we can do a better job of making ourselves harder to hit. Switch weapons. Perfect. Quick side note, by the way. Once again, good shots. But quick side note is at this range, maybe do your entry damage with the Volt because it's gonna reload itself. See, you have a gold mag. Be very mindful of that. Abuse that.
Okay.
Yeah, abuse that gold mag. Start the fight with your gold mag gun. Because at this range, the Volt is very effective. Start your fight with the gold mag gun. Switch to your other weapon. Empty the clip, and then once you switch back to your gold mag gun, it's going to be reloaded, and it's almost going to be like you have 3 separate weapons, and you can just keep fighting without reloading.
Okay.
Really get up to this point. As a Valkyrie, we want to be. I'm not saying you're not playing this well. I'm just saying, just giving you an idea. As a Valkyrie, you see these rocks along the edges? You can actually fly up to
Uh-huh.
these rocks and take angles that no one's going to expect.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
fly
see.
up here, take that angle, boom. Like Valkyrie's
Yeah, I
pretty
think I
good.
just okay. Yeah, I think I just my goal was like to swing like somewhat wide and then just yeah, get an
Yeah.
angle.
Yeah, you're doing a really good job. You're swinging super aggressive. Your teammate's doing a lot of damage. You're doing a lot of damage. This is going really well. I'd say you're playing it not perfectly, but you're playing it really well. But you did get a little lucky on that one. Because what I mean by lucky is like you're lucky that you're able to swing out in the open like this and not get fried by this guy, right? Like, what if we
Yeah.
attack? So,
Yeah.
like, every single Apex coach teaches you to attack from the high ground. But right here, what if, since our teammates got all the attention, what if we just play this rock down here? So, what if, rather than sliding out in the open and then frying that guy, what if we slide to this rock and then fry him from this rock? Boom. And then we run along down here and then fry these guys from down here where it's way less expected.
Okay. I see.
So that's what I mean by every single person teaches high ground is absolutely king in every single situation. And like all my clients watch YouTube videos and they all say high ground, high ground, high ground. High ground's very valuable, but sometimes low ground's valuable too because it's unexpected. So like right here, rather than so we want to peek this corner as tight as possible so we don't get fried by both at the same time. You see?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
we're peeking way too wide. Like you're doing a really good job, but you just peeked way too wide. So boom, switch weapons a little faster if you can. Peek nice and tight, right? See, and then you can fry this guy from right here. Well, this guy does not have an angle on you. And then what you're gonna do,
Okay.
you're
I
gonna
see.
burn your clip, and you're gonna position yourself in a way that you can reload it. You only have one gun now, so you need to position yourself very like quite with a lot of thought put behind it. Strategically is the word I was looking for. You need to position yourself strategically because you only have one gun. Because your other gun's out of bullets. It has 4 bullets, so it's out of bullets.
Yeah.
So we're going to peek nice and tight. I'm literally going to make contact. Like, I'm going to bash my shoulder into this rock. I'm going to make sure that I'm as tight as I possibly can be to this rock. I'm making contact with this rock with my shoulder. My shoulder this whole time is making friction with this rock. It's making contact. I'm as tight as I possibly can be to this rock. I don't want to be any looser than I can be. And I'm peeking it as tight as I can be. I'm going to unload my clip on this guy. He's not going to see me from this corner. I'm going to peek back behind the rock, reload, and unload my clip on this guy. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay. I think. Yep, that makes sense.
Yeah. See, so that's how we can get that knock in there. But like, I think it's still going to work out pretty well for you because you guys are better. So yeah, but it's always room for improvement. Please don't take a battery here. They've got lots of purple armors too. Just instantly get that purple armor. So we need to instantly get the armor and instantly take a med kit. We need to get full health instantly. If we don't have a med kit,
Okay.
we loot until we get a med kit. The first thing we're looking for is a med kit. We have a ton of loot between the 3 of us. We're not going to be greedy. There's nothing we need. There's nothing we need. There's 4 death box. Your teammate's dead, so he can't get his death box. There's a total of 4 death boxes between 2 people. There's no need to be greedy here. Yeah, get a med kit. The syringe is sort of a waste of time. The syringes just take way too long. Just get a med kit. I guarantee you one of these guys has a med kit for you. But I like that you're healing before you're looting. I do like that mindset. But yeah, the med kit, like if you had a med kit, you would be healed 10 seconds ago. But anyway, yeah, you get the idea. No need to be greedy here, which you're not. You're not even being greedy. You're being actually less greedy than I would have been. So.
Oh yeah, I think we just like we're trying to get into ring and then we just died. I
Mm-hmm.
think. Yeah, I think from here I had no idea what to do.
Yeah, yeah. So actually, like what I'm gonna do here, I'm not gonna Valkyrie once again. Like, there's absolutely no need to Valkyrie because, like, see, we just landed in the middle of a bunch of teams. Why not just like walk in and chill out right here? It's really
Okay,
no
I
need to
see.
Valkyrie in. Walk in, chill out, back here somewhere. You want to chill out somewhere where, like, you're only a duo, so you got 2 options. You can hide. Hiding might not be the best because it's Seer meta. A Seer team will likely find you if you hide. Second option, don't Valkyrie. Play somewhere that's easy to defend. So what's easy to defend? This tower is kind of easy to defend. Play on top of this tower, right? So please try to have a plan before you Valkyrie. What's unpushable? This right here, up here, this rock, that's unpushable. I mean, actually, it is pushable, but it's mostly unpushable. It's very hard to push. So 2 ideas. First idea, the top of this tower. Second idea, the top of this rock. That's what we're going to Valkyrie for. Third idea is just chill out in this field and make it look like we're a full team. Okay, we're going to shoot back at teams. Don't let them walk up to you and make it look like you're a full team. Okay, and fry them. Make them scared of you so they don't push. Make them think you're 3
Okay.
people. But yeah, those are my 3 ideas. So, like, obviously, to get up here, can you still get up there after the update?
I have no idea. I
Okay.
have no idea.
It looks like you can't, but before the update, you could. You could get up here and you could just like relax, and I think you can. But it looks like there's no cover up there, so that'd probably be a bad idea. But like, okay, if we just chill out down here, what are the chances that a team walks up to us? Pretty low, honestly, because it's right in the center of the map. Like, this is kind of a dumb place to be, and so no one's really gonna walk up to us there. I mean, there's a good chance that someone does, but there's also a good chance that no one does. So, yeah. So yeah, we can hide. We definitely want to try to avoid engaging since we're a duo.
Yeah.
But I like the confidence. Like, the confidence is obviously a lot better than not having confidence. gonna portal back. But like the other point of hiding in that gutter down there, that little whatever it is, I think it's a sewer sort of or whatever it is. The point of hiding in here is like if a team starts to walk up, we're gonna hear them walking up from a really long ways away, and we've got so many directions that we can run to. So since we're center map, like there's a very good chance that no one will walk up to us. I mean, eventually someone will, but like there's so many directions that we can run. That's actually not a bad place to hide.
Okay.
I mean, it's not a good place, but there's no better options.
Yeah.
Nice. Let's say we got that guy to one shot and he hides in that corner. That's a Valk Rocket opportunity. That's a guaranteed kill with a Valk Rocket. Obviously, you killed him, so good job, but just giving you ideas. See, another like wasted Valk ult. Just sort of take your time, please.
Sure. Yeah, I think, yeah.
Wow, that sucks that he went for the thirst. So like we need to swing wide right on this together. So like, okay, we've got two options, okay? Or three options. I'm gonna pretend that we have three options. First option is just to run straight at these guys. That might work because you're 2-on-2. You could just simply outshine them with pure raw talent. Run straight at them. Second option, swing wide left. That's not going to work. Why is it not going to work? Because there's a guy right here. He's not going to let you swing wide left on this guy. So if we focus this guy together, this guy's going to fry us in the back and the side. Swing wide right. That is going to work. It's going to work because this guy doesn't have an angle on us once we get up here, so we can kill this guy together and then kill this guy. Does that make sense?
Okay. I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Left is not an option. Right is an option. We need to think about this while we're healing. We're sitting here healing. We need to think about what way we can push. I'm going to be jumping up and down so I can gather intel right here. If we get hit for 20 while we're taking a battery, it doesn't matter at all because by the time the battery's done, we're still fully healthy. So it doesn't matter. I'm just going to jump straight up and down while I take a battery so I can gather intel and think about how I approach this fight. We need to think about how we approach this, and we need to do it now. We don't have time to think about it. I mean, like, we do have time to think about it because we're healing. But once we're done this bat, we need to have a plan. We need to execute the plan instantly because there's a ton of teams behind us. And yeah. And because we have a knock, we're 2-on-2. That's why. That's the other reason. Is because we're 2-on-2. We need to we need to clean this up. Yeah. So see how we can't peek this left guy. It's illegal to peek this left guy. It doesn't work because there's a guy on the right. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It just simply doesn't work. I mean, it works if he does that. That's pretty stupid of him to do. So it's gonna work if he does that. Because he just like exposed himself fully. So that, yeah, it's gonna work if he does that because he made a massive mistake. But yeah, obviously. So you understand. Do you understand like why you can push a right guy? Because like once you're up here, the left guy can't help.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, I think I think I need to be better about keeping track of where the enemy is because yeah,
It's angles
just,
and it's
yeah.
thinking about angles while you heal. That's what it is. So yeah. But overall, like pretty good game. So any questions on it?
Uh, no, I think that's it. Like,
Awesome.
how far am I from? Like, I guess my goal since I hit Diamond last season, I don't think I can hit Masters like this season, but I guess it's my goal.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess how far am I away from Masters?
I don't know. But you've got like a lot. If you want to hit Masters, you have to be one of the best players. No, actually, I'll put it this way: you have to be the best player in this plat lobby. Every plat lobby that you join, maybe not every single one, but this needs to be your mindset. You need to play like you are the best player in the lobby. What that means is setting the tone for your teammates, setting the pace. Maybe not always because your teammates will be stubborn sometimes and they're just not going to listen. But usually, if you set the pace, they will listen for the most part. Set the pace. Be the best player in the lobby. That means out of 60 people, you are the best. Maybe you aren't actually the best, but you need to think you're the best. Because if you don't think you're the best in these lobbies, you're never going to make it to Masters. That's just the truth. So start playing like you're the best. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think this season that's what I was feeling with in the gold lobbies.
That you're the best?
And so yeah, I'm trying. Yeah, and then now it's like I'm trying to think I'm the best in the plat lobbies,
Yep.
and then moving up, and then moving up to diamond, and then going to masters. Hopefully.
Exactly. So be a little more reckless. You're not going to get any
Okay.
experience if you're not reckless. You learn absolutely
Okay.
nothing if you don't make mistakes. That's the truth. So you have to make mistakes, and then you have to reflect back on why that was a mistake. I didn't see you make very many mistakes here. I mean, the only mistakes were that you were too passive, right? Aside from your passiveness, you weren't actually making any mistakes. And so what that means is that you need to expose yourself to making more mistakes. You need to be less passive and be more willing to make mistakes because that's the only way you're going to learn.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's good advice. Yeah,
I
I'll
spent
try to be more aggressive.
one last note is you got to develop those skills because you're a solo queue player. Um, you have to be extra good to be a solo queue player. It's not easy to solo queue to masters. Like solo queuing to masters, like okay, getting to masters is like one thing. I mean, it's not that hard. But solo queuing to masters, that's something like to solo queue to master, you kind of have to be like on a pred level. Like you have to be like
Oh, really? Okay.
yeah, like you have to be not like because okay, now you're going to be in pred lobbies because right now diamond lobbies merge to pred lobbies. And so that's what I mean. Like you need to be someone who can kill 1.5 to 2 people in these lobbies, and you need to be able to kill like you're gonna get bad teammates if you're solo queuing in diamond lobbies, and so you need to be able to kill uh, at least one person a fight in diamond lobbies, obviously, but more like 1.5 people per fight in diamond lobbies. Just like this, like you know how in plat lobbies, because you're solo queuing, you have to kill like 1.5 people to consistently win fights. Have you noticed that?
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah, I've noticed that.
Yeah, because oftentimes you're the best player on your team. Same thing in diamond. You're oftentimes going to be the best player on your team. So you're going to have to be killing 1.5 people. And that's why you need to set the tone for your teammates. So,
Okay.
yeah.
And then what did you say about the merge lobby? Diamond is now combined with pred lobbies?
Yeah, even plat is.
Or
That's
okay.
like, okay. I don't really pay attention to console anymore. The console player base is higher than the PC player base, but on PC, even plat merges to pred sometimes. It depends on the time of day that you play at too. If you play at 5 a.m., I guarantee you will be being merged to pred lobbies the entire time. Because the player base at 5 a.m. is way too small, so they merge the lobbies so that each diamonds can get matches faster and preds can get matches faster. Does that make sense?
Okay.
But if you if you
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
if you play at 5 p.m. on console, there is a chance that you'll get only diamond lobbies. But the way with the new system, so like you remember season 12 when the system was super easy, it was super easy to hit masters. I don't know if you remember that.
Uh, was that last season?
No, season 12, the season
No, that was
before.
season of.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Okay.
basically, it was really easy. The reason it was really easy is because, first of all, the point system made it really easy, but also because diamond lobbies that season were like plat lobbies this season because they didn't merge to pred lobbies. And so, like, so
Okay.
yeah, so like pred lobbies, so it was super easy to make it to master, and then master and pred lobbies merged. But diamond lobbies usually didn't merge to master and pred lobbies, almost never. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
Cool. But now, 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 now,
If I like,
now it does merge.
sorry, go ahead. Okay.
Yeah.
So like if I know how will I know if I'm in a pred lobby? Like sometimes I'll see like that red crazy trail.
Yep.
That's a pred thing, right?
I mean, like
Okay.
season two and season three, there was no masters in season two and season three. It was only preds, right? So like that trail doesn't mean anything because they can still have. So the season two, the fluffy one and the lightning one. The fluffy one is season three. The lightning one is season two. Those pred trails mean absolutely nothing because you could cheat to do it, and because there was no masters. It was just all preds. There was no top 750.
Uh,
It was just all preds. So if you were a master, you were pred. It was the same thing. So the fluffy one
okay.
and the lightning one, which are the two most common ones, because literally thousands and thousands of people have them, and they can never lose them. Those ones mean absolutely nothing. You are better than those players. You're already better. But the new ones, the ones that look straighter and they have a little bit of black in them, that means something. That just means that they're pred from a previous season, though. So
Uh, what if I see the that 20 kill badge?
I mean, it is what it
I
is.
think that always scares me. Okay.
That's really it's not easy to get. It takes a little bit of luck, but no, definitely don't be scared by that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Cool, cool. All right, any other questions?
I think that's it.
Awesome, cool. Well, have a good night.
Cool. You too.
Thank you. Bye.